talking.
Yeah, Terry. Okay, so how long? There's a couple of minutes still on there. Okay. Anything to report? No, it's all good, Richard. I think everything's running smoothly today. What's going on? I'm just talking to Terry, the producer. This thing has a producer. I can't delete that. Look, I just wanted to talk to you before we're on air. Yes. I don't usually do this. I know. Well, it's very strange for you to talk to me. I just was practicing my, oh, I'm cheeky knee. Oh, just practicing. What else do I say? Oh, I'm winking at it. Yeah, that's good. You did well there. Oh, you're stuck. Your eye's stuck. Oh, well, leave it there for a minute. See what happens. What did you want to say? Well, what I wanted to say was that they've just put a clip up of you being rude last week, singing your bawdy songs. Oh yes, I'm winking at it. Yeah, there's no one there to talk to, so don't say that. It's thoughts of habit. Sorry. And I'm trying to do a classy show here. People think that I just am obsessed with toilet humour. I've written Relativity. That's very thoughtful sitcom about family. It's all about balls, though, isn't it, this time? Well, that just is good, but it's a thoughtful look at balls. I've written a beautiful book called Can I Have My Ball Back? Why are you holding it to the camera when it's not on yet? Just because force of habit. It's all about balls, though, isn't it? It is, but it's a thoughtful, there's more to me than just doing jokes about cocks, and people think that. They think I'm this loud, brash, just toilet humour guy, and there's a lot more to it. So you doing your stupid songs. Okay, Richard, I didn't realise. So if you could just be, during the show, if you could just be a bit more, refined and do highbrow, intellectual stuff, Like Stuart Lee, no, his stuff isn't that, I don't want you to do stuff where you explain why it's clever and then people think they're clever for getting it. Those people, if you do something clever, they don't know unless you say it's clever, those audiences. I want just be actually clever. We don't have to explain it, and if people are clever, they'll get it. Okay. I knew a girl called Sally. What are you doing? She'd take me down the alley, and then to sell the doll odds. Then she'd do a reach around, and it was quite profound as she grabbed me right under the toilets. Yeah. So you were doing a misdirect. We thought it was going to be bollocks or bollards or something, and she grabbed you under the toilet. Yeah, so it's still rude. Yeah, I know, it wasn't a very good musical song, Richard. I'm not responsible for them, I'm just singing them. Okay, well, Terry, how long to go? There's 1 minute 54 seconds to go. What? It was 2 minutes, ages ago. Yeah, it's time these... time these more slowly in a vacuum. We're not in a vacuum. Well, should we just get on with it? Let's start early. Okay, we'll count you down in a sec. You get back in your box, right? And then I'm just trying to sit on it, Dardra. Yeah, I'm just running through my lines, Richard. Well, look, you don't have to run through. Yeah, I'm cheeky knee. Woohoo! Yeah, it's getting better. I'm winking at it. I mean, you are. Oh, there you go. You unwinked at it. Thank you. What did I try the other eye? Well, look, we're going to be on in seconds. I'm winking at it. Oh, very good. You can do both eyes. Can you do I'm blinking at it? Let's try. I'm blinking at it. All right, well, let's not try that on camera. It was a bit embarrassing. All right, you get in there. We'll just pretend we're all starting. You can count me in, Terry. Sure thing, yeah. This reminds me. What does it remind you of? It reminds me when I was hanging out. Well, who was it going to be this time? Can't think of anyone who's done anything wrong. I was hanging out with Kevin Stacey on The Usual Suspects. You worked on that, did you? Yeah. And he'd be in his dressing room, he'd be grunting and groaning. He'd be nervous like you, Rich. So just don't. I'm not nervous. I just want to get on with it. I'll count you. I don't count the last two. I know you don't count the last two. How many times do you have to say that? How many times do I have to tell you I know that? All right. 10, 9, 8. I know. It's number 6. 5, 4, 3. What's happened? Something gone wrong? Hello? Hello, my fine friends, and welcome to another episode of Richard Herring's Twitch of Fun. I'd like to apologise for last week's episode. It felt to me like things got a bit out of hand, no pun intended. I mean, just my hands happened to be on this screen. And Ali was very rude. The clip's just gone up. And if people have come to see this based on that clip, it's not going to be like that, okay? This is a highbrow show. got some good jokes about the political situation. Old Liz Truss is going to be going to have to watch out, Liz Truss, when he don't go growing any pies during this episode, because that's what I'll be using my satirical eye. It's a sideways look at the news, and hopefully I saw Channel 4. Quite rudely have a fucking rude puppet show on. I don't want them to do the puppets, but I wasn't going to bring the puppets to Channel 4. But if I'd known you wanted a puppet show, I could have just brought this lock, stock and barrel. It's ready to go, and you've got this stupid actor Kevin Eldon fucking rubbish puppet. I haven't seen it yet. Expect it's rubbish. Anyway, so look, I'm going to show you what I can do. You'll never believe where Princess Anne was just spotted. That was in the newspaper today. It was, what about Pizza Express in Woking? That's the kind of thing I could do. That I just made that up off the spur of the moment. I've been working on that all day. That's just like I saw that and thought, where can I go with it? Bang, I linked it up with another news story, really quite an old one. That's the kind of guy you're dealing with. Sharp. You'll never, because you wouldn't believe she would go there, would she? Imagine that you could then act out a little scene going, oh, hello, it's me, Princess Anne. Oh, well, good. Welcome to Pizza Express in Woking. I expect you're used to royal people coming here, aren't you? Not really. My brother's been there, hasn't he? No one seems to have seen him. He said he came, but no one remembers him coming. That's the kind of thing we could do. So, we've got another one. I think we might have covered this already. Chess grandmaster accused of using anal beads to win, likely cheated over 100 times. Is it cheating? No, there's nothing in the rules of chess that you can't put anal beads in, because then have them buzz and stuff. So looks quite angry, doesn't he, that guy? Someone was saying on Twitter today you could hide a queen up your arse, but only if it was one of the brown pieces. If you took a white piece up there. Yeah, this is the kind of, that's a bit lowbrow, I admit. It wasn't as highbrow as my Princess Anne stuff, the Liz Truss stuff. You noticed how she isn't a very good Prime Minister, really, and people don't like her that much. That's the kind of thing I can do. The anal beads, chess grandmaster Hans Niemann not going to back down amid cheating allegations. Yeah, he's probably better not sit down either with those anal beads up there. Looking quite upset, that's why he's, oh fuck, he's going, my anal beads. Got anal beads. I think I'm going to try that in snooker. I'm going to put some anal beads up there, see if that makes any difference to what the players. One plays with anal beads. It's like Ratatouille, isn't it? Someone who's good at snooker could manipulate my arse to let me know when I can hit the shot. That's the kind of thing I could do. Anyway, hello, welcome to the show. This is just someone's been called racist in the chat room. I don't know if that was me. Chris Evans. Yeah, Ali Sloper. The guy from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire could have put anal beads up. That would have been a better way of doing it. You could definitely do that. No one's checking your anus. And, you show me in the rule book of chess where you can't have someone send you messages via anal beads. And I'll show you that there isn't anything there. I've looked at it. I've looked in the rules of chess. Bishops go diagonal. Pawns go 1 or 2 spaces. Sometimes at the beginning they can go 2, but usually it's 1. That's it. So that's it. I think that's about it. That's all I got for this week. But it's pretty good stuff, isn't it? It's been pretty good. So, oh, who's this talking to me? I haven't seen him today. Let me out the docks. Who is it? Ali, you want to let me out the docks? You're dying out here. All right, you can come up for a bit. I am dying a bit out here. We need you to come up here. There you are, you girl called Sally. Don't start this. She was the pride of the alley. And you're Ali and Sally, aren't you? It's a pun, Richard. It works both ways. And she loved to take a Tina up the Ross. That's not what you said the words were before. And if you asked her kindly, she might look on your... What? If you asked her kindly, she might look upon your what? mindfully. She might look upon you mindfully. And so let's go back to it. There was a girl called Sally. If you took her up the alley, she'd let you put a penis up the arse. If you asked her kindly, she would tell you mindfully that everything was turning into a farce. She said, fuck me in the anus, and then you can try and explain this to your wife, who's also called Sally, so that's quite confusing. And yeah, and then after you are done and your penis it has come, then I'll be cross 'cause a condom you weren't using, and you'll have spread various sexual diseases and terrible sneezes, and there'll be polyps jumping out of every orifice. Yeah, and what's coming up? I'll get to steamy discharge, and my anus will be gaping and large. And what does it have to rhyme with? I've forgotten. Yeah, I can't remember what it has to rhyme with either. Well, you should know because it's a song that you've done. And everybody will still be at large. It's very good how you remember these songs. I don't know how to remember these songs. Thank you, Rich. What do you think about the anal beads in chess? Haven't we talked about this already? It's still back in the news. Okay. Have you ever had anal beads? No, sometimes, Richard, when I've been trying to, what? When I've been trying to come up with comedic songs, the producers of this show will give me a small electric shock in my rectum area. In your rectum, yeah. It did, Rich. Yes, it did. Thank you. Well done. Rectum. Yes, it did, Richard. Yeah, that's the joke. But generally, I work anal bead 3, Richard. That's just a little promise, because I'm cheeky knee. Woohoo! Yes, hello. Oh, I'm winking at it. I'm winking at it. Look at me winking. I'm winking and winking and winking and winking at it. Hello, Dodra. I didn't know you were watching, Dodra. Hello. Why don't you sit on it, Dodra? Why don't you sit on it? I'm going to kill you all. I'm coming to your house tonight, and I'm going to kill the lot of you. I hate you for watching this show. Stop giving this false hope. No one's going to put him back on the telly. What are you saying? I'm just whispering to the audience aside. So stop giving him false hope by tuning in. You know you'll never get. I'm not winking at it. I'm doing an aside. I'm cheeking the I'm three-dagging. What was all that about? Nothing. I was just talking to the audience, threatening to kill them, Richard, because they are bad people. I'm winking at it. That's better. If I could just keep my fingers on those two bits. Let's see how this works. What are you doing behind there? I'm winking at it and I'm cheeking me. There we go. We're nearly there, but I think I probably need that. Let's see. I'm cheeky me and winking at it. Yeah, we don't want to do both at once, do we? Do you want to try the other eye? I'm winking at it. Oh, you're blinking at it. Whatever. Anyway, let's go straight. We'll do a little bit of both here. A little bit of both. A little bit of both. That's what my wife likes in the morning. We're not going to do musical songs all the time. People love the musical songs, Richard. I don't. A little bit of both. A little bit of toast. A little bit of both. A little bit of toast. She likes a little bit of scrunted and a little bit of toast. And I like some dough. And I like some dough. Takes a little bit of jam and a little bit of sun. I like some dough. I like some dough. Give her a cup of horlicks, and she will say, oh, garlics. Oh, garlics. Yeah, it's a Victorian expression. Give her a cup of tea, and she'll say that's for me. 'Cause my wife likes some dope. She likes some dope. She likes to have... What? I'm just trying to remember. She likes to have coffee, and she likes to have... What? Broth. Yeah. My wife likes some dope. She likes her coffee Got a vagina. She doesn't really care. She's bisexual. Okay. Let's talk about the. Well, let's do that. You know, you do your, you do you. I'll do me. I'll do my political stuff. Truss and Kwazi Kwarteng. U-turn on plan for 45p tax rate for highest earners. We've seen they've been through a bit of a tough time this week. The old Tories. Old grey Liz Truss up in that. She should be in a Truss, shouldn't she? That's what I always think. With pork bellies, apples. That's what she pies. But I think in this picture, do you not agree with me? I think that both of these people, they look, I mean, it's a bit small, this picture, but I hope you can see it. They both look like they're aliens that are sort of wearing human suits. I mean, I think human suits that are real humans that they've hollowed out and got inside. But both of them look like uncomfortable in their skin. Their skin doesn't seem real. I mean, I don't think I'm imagining this. There's just something slightly wrong about them, you know, like they're learning to be human beings. Yeah, I've noticed that about them. It's just weird when someone has the appearance of a human being, the notions, the lack of linking, the lack of smiling. You know, they look like they're a person, but they're not a person. There's something else going on, isn't it? It feels like it's not their own voice coming out of their mouths. Yeah, I guess it does, you know. So maybe it's weird that Truss and Trump, they're very similar names. I wonder if on the planet that they've come, I mean, Kwarteng sounds like a sort of Star Trek name, doesn't it? Kwazi Kwarteng. And Liz Truss and Don Trump. Truss and Trump, maybe that's you know, they're from the planet Trudeau. This is bullshit. I'm just going, you know, we're just ad-libbing and going with stuff. Just see it. See how it goes. Just doing some topical. This is what I do. I do the topical, clever, topical. Not very clever, is it? They do look like they're aliens, though. It's not very clever. I think it's quite clever. And I like these young ladies who got in from Greenpeace and held up a sign who voted for this. And really, the guards, in hindsight, should have realised, because they, you know, everyone else in this conference hall looked like something that has been deposited out the anus of a space creature of some kind. They're all hideously ugly. We'll get onto some of the ones that are still sexy. And yet these women were quite attractive, normal-looking young women, and that should have been a clue to the security guards. What are you doing here, the Conservative Party? You don't look like you've been shat out of an anus and have been dead for 3 days. You look alive and vivid. What's going on? Why have you got loads of banners in your pocket? What does it say on the sign, Richard? It says, who voted for this? Yeah, who voted for it, Richard? Well, that's the question, isn't it? Yeah, who voted for it? Yeah, that's what I want to know. Who voted for it? Well, that's what the whole point they're saying. Who is it, though? That's what they're asking. They're asking who voted. Who voted for this, Richard? Well, it's not the same as usual. It's not the World Health Organization, is it not? I don't think so. They're asking who voted for this. And the question is, no, who did vote for it? Yeah, that's my question. Who did vote for it? That's their question. Well, have they got an answer? No, they're asking the question, who voted for this? I want to know the answer. Well, they don't have the answer. They're asking the question. Liz Truss and Kwazi Kwarteng should have come back with the answer, but they're too busy, you know, eating human flesh and licking their lizard lips and that with their lizard tongues. Who voted for it, though, Richard? Well, you know, that's the point they're making. We have a Prime Minister and a new manifesto. New Prime Minister that most of us had no say in coming to power, completely changing everything that was in the manifesto. Who voted for this? That's what I'm asking you. Who voted for it? Well, but I'll tell you who voted for it. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Well, just like a very small handful of weird space poop people who look like they've been pooped out of a space creature, or that they've inhabited the body of a human, because they're just a little bit of a space slug inside a human body. And they've come down and they've voted for this. And the rest of us who aren't space creatures poop, you think to yourself, we all have to put up with it. There should be a general... What the Greenpeace ladies are saying is, there should be a general election so we can vote on it. It would be nice if there was a general election, because at the moment the Tories will get 14 seats. That's what they're projected to get, which would be a wonderful thing to see. Did you vote for it? I didn't vote for it. I'm not a member of the Tory party, really. No. You know, I live in a nice house here. You've got all... Look at that. Posh background. This posh background. Yeah. I think that's a Tory background. Yeah. Let's keep moving. What was Liz Truss talking about? What with the growing your thigh, growing my what? Growing your thigh. Oh, your pie. Yeah, you have to grow your thigh. Thighs don't grow, do they? I mean, maybe if you plant them in the garden, they'll grow. I don't. Who plants a thigh in the garden? Well, no one. That's what she's coming at things from. Let's give her a chance. She's coming at things from a new way. Most people put pies in an oven. Most people put pies, on a shelf to cool down. Most people keep pies inside or eat them. What Liz Truss is saying, let's try and grow the pie. Let's put the pie outside. Just see what happens. Maybe it'll grow into a massive pie and that'll feed everyone. So what she's saying, let's try things that haven't been tried before. Well, do you think? We don't know if it'll work. And that's why she's just doing a load of shit to see what works. And, it can't go any worse than things have been going. Well, it is going worse than things have been going. I don't want to throw a tie in the ground. Well, I think we got someone left my tie out in the rain. Yeah, and I don't think that I can take it, 'cause it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have the recipe again. Right, what happened to the recipe? I baked it inside the tie. That was a stupid thing to do. Yes, it was an accident, obviously. Oh no, where did you get the recipe though? It was one of Nine Others' recipes. Can you not get it from somewhere else? Well, Nine Others dead, Richard, so I can't. Well, you should take more care with the recipe. Why did the recipe get disappeared? Someone left a shark out in the park. Did they? And I don't think that I can take it, 'cause it's not nine. And look, stop just making up songs. It's embarrassing. Sometimes it's good, Richard. I don't think it's enough just for a grown man like me to come on here and have a 130-year-old, ventriloquist dummy sing made-up songs. I'm not naked and I'm singing, and that was MacArthur talk. Someone left MacArthur out in the rain. That's not good enough. People that my young audience, I've got young kids, this is the TikTok generation, and they're watching this. They don't know MacArthur Park. They'll think, why are you singing about things being left in the rain? That sounds like nonsensical rubbish. That was a real song. It wasn't a pie, it was a cake. And I don't think that I can take it. What else have we got for? I was saying that all the Tories are ugly, but Suella Braverman, I call her Cruella Braverman. She's the new Home Secretary, and you'll know if you watched before that I had a little thing for the previous Home Secretary, Priti Patel. Did you? Yeah, I did. Oh dear, she got a very odd taste. I think just because she was so evil, but I think looking at it, I now look at Priti Patel and think, what was I thinking? She's she's not. She's got a weird sort of squint, and it looks like she's grinning all the time. She's not all that. I think that I like them when they're in power. I like them when they're in power. I like them when they say something evil. And Cruella Braverman has come up with much more evil stuff than I thought Priti Patel was bad, but Suella has come up with much worse stuff. And even though I'm a liberal, lefty liberal myself, I want us to welcome migrants, especially if they're coming from war zones and stuff. I think we should be welcome, and we need immigrants in this country to keep things going, for our own good. But also, it's just human compassion. It means we should be people who've made that journey. It's not going to put them off if you say, I'm going to fly you back to, Africa or wherever that she wants to take them to. Because they've already made this incredible, dangerous journey. Anyway, all right, fucking Jeremy Corbyn. They've not been like Jeremy Corbyn. It's the first person I could think of. All right, Lenin. It's not like Lenin. It's not like something Lenin would say. All right, Gulty Smith. It's a very old reference. We won't get it. I disagree with it. I think it's terrible. But I think they're evil. I don't, I was writing about it today. I just don't know what it says about me. The evil, the power. I find, and I didn't like her before, Cruella Braverman, but now I saw her at the Tory Party conference, and there's something she's not bad, is she? There's something there with the evil. And I always liked Servalan in Blake 7. I like the Borg Queen in the Borg. They were both pretty bad. I don't like fascist men, right? If you come up here with an Oswald Mosley, he's the best looking one. not interested. Homophobia, it's not homophobia. I mean, I'm a heterosexual man most of the time. Most of the time, yeah. Well, you wanked me off, didn't you? Was that my choice? Well, I don't know. I've kissed a couple of men. It's all right. Very prickly. But they don't do it for me. Hitler was evil. Just because I grew his moustache and took one of my balls off doesn't mean, I'm trying to get his attention because I fancy him. But Cruella, if you are watching, hey, give me a call. You probably got my number. If you're in the Home Office, you can probably find it. B, keep coming up with the evil stuff. I love it. Really gets me going. You can be Sally down my alley anytime you like. Reach around. Someone complaining that Servalan is saying Wolfie Smith is an old reference, but Servalan is current. Look, everyone knows Servalan, dude. Come on, everyone watches Blake 7, so that's still going. That will never die. But Citizen Smith, no one knows. Everyone knows Blake 7. Everyone knows Blake 7. Richard, don't they? What do you remember? Blake 7. Yeah. Ding dong, Ethan calling. That's how it was. That happened, didn't it? Yeah, and that was, again, that's quite an old reference. So, do we try and stick with trying to keep the TikTok if we can get the TikTok generation in, TV people mistakenly think if they can get young people watching TV, then that will be great. So if we can be seen to be referencing, Zoella, is it, or those blokes who one of them's got in trouble for shagging someone when he was meant to be in a relationship. Those guys, they're cool. We can if we do some jokes about those guys, the current guys, then they'll see us go, hey, that young, and he must be just highlights in his hair that he's put in to look cool, yeah. And they might think you're just a young boy I've brought along, yeah, I guess. Bang back on TV. So that's what I'm aiming for. So yeah. So we've done that anal chest. I didn't want to talk to you about this. I think we might have someone else to talk about this. But Scooby-Doo's Velma has finally come out as a lesbian. Velma, yeah, and it's very current again. We're doing the current stuff. Scooby-Doo's still cool. Velma, I thought her name was Thelma. No, her name's Velma. She's always loved the V, that girl. You prepared that one, Richard. I didn't prepare it. I just came. It wasn't that good, Richard. She's always. Her name's Velma, and she's come out as a lesbian. I think many of us suspected this before, but one of my characters, oh God, wants to talk about it. So give a warm welcome. He's contractually obliged to appear every week for the next year, so we might as well get him on. Here he is.
With a smile and a quip, do you see what he did? He's the greatest cartoon character we've had since Hissing Sid. His eyes look like an oil spill, his mouth is like a skid. Mark. You love him or you hate him, it's Marmite Lid.
Hello, it's me, Marmite Lid. Hi, Marmite. Hello, Marmite Lid. How you doing? Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah. Stroke me like that. Hello, welcome to my cutting edgelord comedy. I'm going to do some edgelord comedy. Get that? What's going on? What's going on with Scooby-Doo? Why do they suddenly have to say characters that these are children? I mean, they're not children. Fred can drive a van. They're clearly all adults. Well, even so, it's a program for children. They don't have to start talking about fetal sexuality. This is outrageous. They never used to do this in the past. Well, Fred and the other one, the ginger one, Daphne, they all got together, didn't they? Did they? Yeah. So what if you've got a problem with sexuality? Why? Because that's okay. Because he's a boy and she's a girl. I don't want my children. What your children? What children have you had? My little Narnite children. Have you ever had sex? Would you even have sex? Look, I don't want to talk about sex and sexualizing characters. You don't need to do that. What I do and I try that life and how I had sex and how I've had children is up to me, not up to you. We don't need to see it. We didn't see it, did we? There was no sex in the early days of Scooby-Doo. Well, one of the characters in Scooby-Doo is called Shaggy, so you know, I think that's. So I don't think it's so bad if we've decided that one of the characters is a lesbian. You know, I don't think she's going to start having sex with anyone in the cartoon. If she does, fair enough. It's all right. Isn't it okay? Isn't it good that kids? What's next? Are they going to have Fred Flintstone sucking off the dinosaur? Is that what? Is that well? The Flintstones isn't on anymore. So what's next? Is it going to be? What have you not thought? Is it Mr. One of the Nist and then Mr. Bumming? It's going to be Mr. Bumming. Oh shit! Oh no, got Marmite on my. That's really hurting my eye, Richard. I know. Let me just get. I don't want to get that on any of my expensive puppets. There's my. Why did you poke me in the eye? It has slightly. I didn't do that on purpose. Look, I know this is on film and it looks bad, but I didn't purposefully poke Marmite in the eye there and it hurts so terribly. Well, you deserved it. It was shit. What are they going to do? They're going to get rhubarb and custard. They're going to start licking each other out. Well, they're different. I think isn't rhubarb a boy and custard's a. I mean, it's a very. Why are we going for such old references? People are and then there's that. Hey. And look, I don't like this kind of nostalgia comedy. It's not enough. Just and then there's that. Do you remember it, everyone? No, look, this isn't enough. This is okay. Yeah, well, you're meant to be an edgelord comedian, not. I can do that's. I didn't drop him on purpose. I'm not trying. And then he jumped. This isn't going to get the TikTok generation. And also, you know, the TikTok generation will be happy that cartoon characters are expressing their different sexualities. What about, I can't think of any other cartoon. We could have thought about this before you came on. You could have just if this was me, if I was going to do this routine, I'd have sat down, thought, right, what good cartoons could we do? What about the Thundercats? That's a bit of an old-fashioned one to try and do. What about, Simpsons, there's bisexual characters and gay characters in there anyway. Try and think, it's hard, isn't it? It's hard, yeah, but I would have sat down and I would have Googled some things beforehand and I'd have thought of some current ones and then, what's going on? Are we going to see Snoopy? Is he going to start licking at a dog? Well, probably he's a dog. Dogs licking at each other's dog. What's wrong with rhubarb and custard having sex? One's a dog, one's a cat, Richard. It's not. They shouldn't be having sex on a kid's show. Well, they're not. Velma isn't going to have sex on the show. She's just that's going to explain what her lifestyle is. It was sort of implicit anyway. And, you know, Shaggy lives with the bloody dog. His best friend's a dog and he just eats loads of sandwiches. Smokes dope and everything. He doesn't do that. That's the implication. So, you know, what your edgy comedy, what about, is it going to be, what? Fred Flintstone, you've done Fred Flintstone. Barney Rubble's going to be bisexual. He might be, why not? He could be. That's all right. There weren't any bisexual people in Stone Age time, which there weren't people, you don't know what was happening in Stone Age time. There weren't people riding around in cars with their feet sticking out, and people didn't live with dinosaurs. So if you're going to complain about stuff, maybe complain about that if you want reality. But I'm sure there were bisexual people in caveman times. I'm sure in caveman times, no one gave a fuck about what a Marmite lid would think. You're both yellow face and black face at the same time. I can't believe that's how I am, Richard. I'm edgy. Try and cancel. Are you going to try and cancel me? We can't cancel you. We paid you another £100,000. Get back in your bloody. Got Marmite everywhere. A really old Marmite. Just cleaning myself up like a cat would. Like custard would. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? No birthdays this week. No one sent in a birthday. So why don't we... we could hear from Sybil. It's Sybil, beautiful Sybil. What are those strange enchantments you feel whenever you're near. Then they all crackle. Sybil, beautiful Sybil, you live in every reality that's possible, past, present and future, and in every multiple universe. Such must be so painful to experience everything at once. No wonder sometimes your predictions don't come right. My head's exploding. That'll be the theme tune. Something like that, we'll get there. So, hello Sybil, how you doing? Richard, I exist in all time frames. Turn around, look at the camera. I have a beard and they had to gather tape. I know it's just changed. And it's not going that great for me, Richard. All right, let's have a look at your predictions from last week. You predicted that Paddy McGuinness would lose 3 fingers. Yes, I didn't say where he'd lose them. They're not necessarily off this house. He could have lost them. That's someone's vagina. Stop saying vagina. Not even correct. People are saying I should check that. I don't know why they want me to check it. That didn't happen. Let's have a look at... I'll Google it on my old iPhone. I'll just put you down a sec while I get there. Here we go. Paddy McGuinness. Don't worry about me. I'm not worried about you. Paddy McGuinness. I'm going to put Paddy McGuinness 3 fingers and, hope that we don't get something we don't want to see. Paddy McGuinness, 3 fingers. Now, there's some pictures of Paddy McGuinness with 3 fingers, one of touching his nose. Paddy McGuinness explains why she and Paddy let their 3 autistic children eat. That's nice. Oh, fish fingers for Christmas lunch. It will be, I don't think it's a news story. I mean, it's a different news story. Christine McGuinness flashes huge wedding ring after ending marriage. What? This is from July 2022. She's still wearing a wedding ring. There's hope. We've got a heart tattoo for Christine disappears. No, there's nothing about. I don't think that's come true. It could be metaphorical. Yeah, the 3 fingers could be metaphorical. Okay, we'll look out for that. Liz, your second prediction was Liz Truss will die. Well, again, metaphorically speaking, should I just check? Because it might have happened. Should I check it? I don't know if anyone wants me to check it. So I'll just check it. I'll check it. Is Liz Truss still alive? Metaphorically, it says, is Liz Truss finished? Liz Truss is finished, and so the Tories. Middle East net. And finished is another word for done. This is absolutely incredible. Peter Oborne. Amid economic catastrophe, the British Prime Minister has no choice but to step aside and the Conservative Party may never recover. Empty, devoid of content, leaden. British Prime Minister Liz Truss has become a national joke. Her pitiful speech on Wednesday at the end of a dire Conservative Party conference leads to one inexorable conclusion. She's finished. And 2 unanswered questions. When did she quit? And how? And how many fingers does Paddy McGuinness have? Wow. That's definitely, I didn't think that would happen, but that has happened. You said that an asteroid will attack the Earth. Not hit the Earth, attack the Earth. Yes, check it, Richard. I'm not going to check it unless the audience tell me to check it, and they're a few seconds behind. So I will not check it unless because the audience might not want me to check it. So I will not check it unless I'm told. Oh, they want me to check it. Has an asteroid... I think, they were still monitoring that asteroid. I'm going to put, has an asteroid attacked the Earth this week? Asteroid, latest news, breaking news and comment, The Independent. Asteroid struck by NASA probe leaves 10,000 kilometre trail 2 days ago. Yeah, it's just as I said, that's not attacking the Earth though, isn't it not? No. Let's just look at asteroid news from the independent.co.uk. NASA Space Telescope images captured DART probe slamming into asteroids. Oh look, dinosaur killing asteroid strike created a global tsunami. That was an asteroid killing the Earth and creating a... It did attack the Earth and it created a tsunami. I mean, it happened 66 million years ago. Time is all happening concurrently for me, Richard. Okay, well, I'll accept that. Richard Herring will get herpes. That I can assure you that has not happened. Are you sure, Richard? Have you looked recently? I don't need to look. I would know if I had herpes. I've had no. I've got to check it. The people in the want me to check. I'm just examining my penis under the desk for herpes. I haven't got herpes on my penis. I don't think there's anything on my my lips. No, I don't think I have herpes, and I've had no chance to catch herpes this particular week. Usually, I'm putting about a bit, but this week, no. So I think that's a hit. It's a metaphorical herpes. Also, I could be happening in the future. Okay. Check my ass. People want me to bend over. Give me it. Happy Herpes Day. Okay. The economy will be fine. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't need to check that. That's definitely okay. And no one's saying check it, so I'm not going to check it. And then the final one is clock, light bulb, daffodil, which I don't think that has happened. Clock, light bulb, daffodil. I don't remember that coming up in the news. Oh, check it. Dr. Fraser Crane from is coming back to pay his alimony as Fraser's coming back. I'll put in clock. Oh, we've got to come up with a load. I can't believe we've got to come up. I want to finish this before Taskmaster, and also I was really tired before I did this. I don't know why I'm not tired now. Check it. All right, I'm checking it. Light bulb, daffodil. Let's see what comes up. Because sometimes it can be oblique. I've put daffodil, but they've realised Narcissus, Tete-a-Tete, Thompson and Morgan. That's a daffodil bulb. Top 10 tips for growing daffodils must include clock, and it doesn't. Let's have a look. There's a garden wall clock. Nothing. USB keyboard, daffodil, LEC 200, desk lamp with 22 LED bulb. That's a light bulb. Maybe there's a clock in there as well. That's at amazon.co.uk. How to plant daffodil bulbs when they're, and how to plant. So, my top tip for planting daffodil bulbs in a pot is to place the bulbs out like the face of a clock, starting with 12, 6, 3 and 9. Let's see if they get light bulb into this. If they get light bulb into this, I think you've got it. It's just a way to plant flowers. Can't see light bulb. There are many different forms of daffodil flowers. Trumpet, single, double, split corona. It's not a light bulb, is it? We've got the clock part. The dwarf varieties look fabulous. Lining paths. I really want this to be true, but I can't see how we're going to get light bulbs into it. Bulbs. Plant the bulbs and the grounds have cooled. In some, of course, daffodil and bulb, of course. And when it's light, you've got it. You got it. Well done. That was a good hit. Come up with your predictions for this coming week. Someone will leave a pie in the rain. Pie in the rain. Yeah. Well, the problem is somebody will. Someone. Any idea who? It could be metaphorical. Okay, someone will leave a metaphorical pie in the rain. We'll see if that works out. Anything else? The Velma from Scooby-Doo will lick out a Frankenstein. Okay, Velma, a female Frankenstein. Yeah, female Frankenstein. Velma will lick out. These are good topical ones. A female Frankenstein. Paddy McGuinness will be revealed to be pansexual. Okay, Paddy McGuinness, pansexual. Is there a chance he'll just be fine with a pan on his knob? Don't joke, Richard. This is very serious. Oh yeah, I've got an invisible pen. You shouldn't have predicted that, could you? I should have done. Anything else? Richard Herring will contract chlamydia. I'm not having any sex with anyone. Not even my wife. I'm too tired. We're just tired. I don't want to know your problems. Can you let me know if I'll have sex with my wife this week? You will have sex with your wife. I hope I will. Richard Herring will have sex with his wife. Will I have sex with anyone else but my wife? You will not have sex with anyone else but your wife. I mean, that's a pretty good bet. But no one else. Will I remain heterosexual, or will I become bisexual or homosexual or one of the other sexuals? You will remain asexual. Well, I'm going to have sex with a woman now. All right, those are all about me. How am I going to check these when people won't believe me? Anything else? Close your eyes, Richard. What do you see? Sort of UFO. Oh, UFO. So let's see that. Yeah, UFO. I can see a black and a light UFO. I thought you had aphantasia. These are just, this is how I imagine things. I can't really see them. Black and light UFO. And is there a location? Is there a location coming to mind? Grantchester. I think that's just from Thomas Hardy, isn't it? Thank you. That was Chlamydia. Sorry. What's her name? Aquamarina. What's her name? I've forgotten her name. Sybil. That was it. That was her name. Let's bring back. I guess we'll close with a bit of Ali. No Duke of York this week. Oh, come on, let me on. No, he's got his head up a Scotchman. If you look on my Twitter feed, he's got his head up a Scotchman, and I don't think we should disturb him. There's this. Where is it? Did I not put this one on? There's some robot news. Oh, this one's quite interesting. There was a funny countdown story, but I don't think I put it on. That's annoying. The top BBC star got stripper pregnant before dumping her via text and making her sign non-disclosure agreement. Oh yeah, everyone's trying to guess who this could be. The thing that everyone likes about this is that the BBC star. Well, it's not you, is it? What? It's not you. Why? Because my catchphrase is I should say he wrote his catchphrase across her breasts. He's saying it's not me because my catchphrases are too long. No, it says BBC star, doesn't it? So it can't be people in the chat room suggesting Paddy McGuinness. I mean, he's not a BBC star, though, is he? No lighty, no likey. Oh, that could have been the light bulb. No, I don't think so. David Attenborough, people are suggesting, yeah, could be David Attenborough. What's his catchphrase? Look at these animals. Look at these boobies. No, I don't know. I mean, I immediately thought, it sort of said like BBC presenter. I thought it might be Alan Partridge, which, not Steve Coogan, because that would be aha. And it would be quite cool if Steve Coogan had stayed in character to the extent that the woman had believed she'd been pregnant by Alan Partridge. And if that happens, if you are impregnated by a character, do you legally have to pay for the kid? That's not, do you, the actor, the creator of the character, is that going to be your excuse? I mean, it could. What I'm wondering is, was it you, Ali? What? And I wrote, sit on it, Dardra, on her tits. Yeah, maybe. Or you could have written, I'm winking at it. Yeah, I've got a few, hadn't I? Yeah, they're done. I can't really see them sitting on the breasts. Any ideas who? I mean, it's really quite hard. If it isn't an actor, and if it's a BBC presenter, I mean, it could be a game. It could be Graham Norton. He's on the BBC. He's a BBC sort of presenter. I'm not sure it'll be the Graham Norton, Richard. Why'd you say that? I just don't think it'll be Graham Norton, Richard. Why not? I just have the feeling it wasn't Graham Norton, Richard. Okay, he hasn't got a catchphrase, has he really? Bruce Forsyth, nice to see you. To see you nice, that would be a good thing to write. Yeah. Q Jumping Schofield, he's not from the BBC, and he doesn't have Gordon the Gopher. I don't think it's Schofield, Richard. Why? I just have a feeling it's not Schofield. Okay. Hopefully we'll find out who it was. There's an NDA out, so nobody knows. I don't know. So if I've hit the right person, could have been Cocky Carrot, couldn't it? Did somebody say non-disclosure? Hoo-hoo! I was going to get you out if I'd put the countdown thing up, because it was like some jizz lemon or something it came out as, but I can't remember. Woohoo! Did somebody say lemon? It's nice to have you on a little bit. Yeah, I'm flagging now. Let's have a look and see what else we've got. BBC Star. What is this? Oh, yeah, we've done that one. Anal chest, we've done Velma. There's a story about worm saliva. Let's maybe close with this one. We're coming up to the end of the show. I thought Betty Boo is back. She's 52. I can't believe she's younger than I am. But she's back and she's still doing the do and fantastic reviews we've seen of her. Are you glad that Betty Boo's back? Am I glad that who's back? Betty Boo? Am I glad that who's back? I didn't quite catch you. Do you know I'm talking about Betty Boo? I don't really like to say too much about Detty Doo. Oh, about who? Detty Doo. I don't like to say too much about her because about Detty Doo. It's not Scooby-Doo, mate. It's not. This isn't Velma. This is Betty Boo. I know Detty Doo, Richard. Oh, you can say Betty Boo. I know Detty Doo. Very well. I know Dry and Blessed. And I know Detty Doo. Wow, that's pretty good. You can say those. Yeah, you think I couldn't say the words? I can say the fucking words, Richard. Detty Doo is doing the do, and you are through. It's a beautiful rendition. I hope her song is as good as this. Detty Doo, Detty Doo, Detty Doo, Detty Doo, Detty Doo is doing the do, and you are through. And I'll tell you what to do, Detty Doo, Detty Doo. I knew a lady called Detty. I wanted to, she wouldn't let me. So I took her down the alley. Where's this going? This doesn't sound very politically correct. And introduced her to Sally, and it turned out that she would let Sally do it all instead. 'Cause I thought she was a heterosexual, that she turned out to be gay. And that's okay, even in the Victorian times. We think that's all right. Well, that's turned out surprisingly not. I thought that was going in a very different direction. Do you know what Doing the Do is? Is it doing? Isn't it something to do with having female oral sex? I think it is. I think Doing the Do is actually. Velma would like it. I think it is another word for cunnilingus. So I thought you were trying to go high, Richard. This is the end item where we're having a bit of fun with Betty Boo. Betty Boo, woo, Betty. You aren't doing much better than me with that song, are you? I thought it might be a good song to end on, but it's not. Detty Doo, Detty Doo, Detty Doo. Detty Doo, Detty Doo, Detty Doo, what you do, what you do, what you do, look what. Ooh, how do you do what you do to me? I wish I knew. 'Cause if I do what you do to me, then I do it to you. Do. Very good. How do you do what you do to me? Good. I wish I knew. 'Cause if I knew how to do it to me, I would do it to you. Nearly. How do you do what you do to me? Come and get it right. I wish I knew. 'Cause if you told me how you do it to me, then I could do it to you. Up the don, up the don. Well, I'm delighted to see Betty Boo back. I think she's lovely. There was a fantastic video of her as a youngster in a fried chicken shop, I think, with some rappers. Yeah, those rappers, the rappers. And was charming. I'm glad that she's in her 50s and still working at the top of her game. Yes, Richard, it's a shame that all entertainers can't claim the same, isn't it? I don't know what you mean. I'm winking at it. Go on then. Oh, you did quite well then. Yes, Richard, I'm saying, sit on it, daughter. I'm going to come and kill you in your beds tonight. Look, it's 5 minutes to 9 o'clock here on the 6th of October, I want to say. Happy birthday to my son, Ernie, for yesterday. He's turned 5 years old, if you're watching, son. And Detty Doo. Why did you go Detty Doo? Why didn't you go and Getty Goo? Did she do Dadushka? Detty Doo is singing Gagushka. Getty Goo is singing Gagushka. Oh yeah, Detty Doo gooshka, Detty Doo gooshka, Detty Doo gooshka, aye aye. You got there in the end, didn't you? Oh yeah, Detty Doo gooshka, Detty Doo gooshka, Detty Doo gooshka, aye aye aye. Was it about Betty Boo? Do you think? I think that song was about Detty Doo. I think Elton John saw Detty Doo and thought, oh yes, I have a feeling Elton John wasn't that interested in Betty Boo. Of course he was. Look at her. Who wouldn't he? Still looking good. Detty the Dushka, Detty the Dushka, Detty the Dushka. Aye, aye, aye. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the show. I think we covered most of the stuff we were going to cover. I was going to talk about there was some robot, Elon Musk's musky robot. Musky the robot. They're all musky robots by the time I've finished with them. I have to say, he's a sick man. If you think, I don't know what you're meant to do with it. It's not sexy to me, and I don't know if those 2 holes in the chest are what you're meant to go for. But Elon Musk is a sick man. But there is also robot chefs work in fast food chains, and I like the look of that one. We're getting somewhere with that. It can do loads of different fryers all at once. But once the fryers are in, I like something with Yeah, very Hydra, Richard. Really, I think you really put to bed any worries about people thinking your stuff's just all about sex tonight. Yeah, I think so. So if Channel 4 are watching, we can just put this out. Put this out now. If you want, we can just send you the tape. You can put it out instead of Taskmaster. So so the ball's in your court, Ian, Channel 4. Thanks for watching. We'll probably be back next week, I expect. If not, we'll see you whenever we next see you. Do buy pre-order Can I Have My Ball Back? It's coming out on October the 20th. You can get it at gofasterstripe.com. I think /ball, I think might just have to put in. But it's there on the website, and you can get a signed little postcard from me. And if you want to pay a bit of money, you can get a nice little one of those. You remember those toys from the old days? You put your fingers in, and it's of right bollock, but it's not like this one. I'm the right bollock, but it's just like a little, like you had those old men. You put your fingers in some holes on the back. You can buy one of those from Go Faster Stripe. Do support Chris Evans if you can, or get it from Amazon, because then I might get in the charts. Probably not, but you can always dream. If everyone who watched this show tonight was to buy a copy of that book, we'd have sold almost 200 copies, which, to be honest, is not really enough. I'm doing Rehearsal with Rialina on Saturday at the Bedford in Balham, 3 p.m. So you can easily make that, and then back at the Leicester Square Theatre with Annika Rice and Victoria Corrin next week. And unfortunately, I've just been told I'm not going to have sex with anyone this week, but was hoping that that one might end in a happy fashion. Oh, I wish I hadn't said that. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.